Sean Plou from Hitterish.com. Today I want to talk about getting to a good hitting position and what that looks like. This is a clip of Alex Rodriguez. And I want you to notice how far he pulls his elbow back and the position of the bat. And you take a look at the jersey here, there's tension between the upper and lower body. These are all good things that you like to see from any hitter, and you'll see the correlation as we get into the video here, that they all get to a very similar position. So again, this is Alex Rodriguez. You can see the leg lift here, and a lot of times I'll put guys here in this position with the front heel off the ground and the elbow pulled back with the bat up. And from here, all that's left to do is really step and swing, and you want to try to keep the elbow back as long as you can. That way you get some torque here between the upper and lower body. But this is the position they get to. So a lot of major league hitters will start all different kinds of ways and have their own style. But eventually, when they go to swing the bat, they're in a position that's very similar to this. And you can see some guys pull their hands back as they load up to swing. That's normal. When I say he pulls his hands back, I really mean back towards the dugout behind him. You can see the elbow draw back here. And that's where we get a really nice position to swing from. So elbows drawn back, bat up, and front foot's up. He also has a nice bend at the waist that you like to see. That way his eyes are a little bit more behind the baseball. Let's take a look at some more guys here and see if they're in a similar position. So here's Chipper Jones. Again, the back elbow's drawn back, the bat's up, and you can see the tension already in the upper and lower body. Ted Williams said in his book, The Science of Hitting in 1971, that the hips lead the hands. And I want you to notice in this position, the hips are already leading the hands in a sense, because he's created that tension by drawing the elbow back. The hips don't have to move very much for them to power the swing because he's pulled back and he's created that tension between the back elbow and the back knee before the swing is really even started. One other thing I want you to notice is the shape in the arms. I call this the triangle. This shape is what you'll see from the majority of the best hitters of all time. Again, the bat's up, the back elbow usually gets even with the shoulder line with guys that hold their hands at their shoulders. But Barry Bonds, Ted Williams, Hank Aaron, Babe Ruth, they carry their hands a bit lower, so you'll see the back elbow draw back and won't quite get even with the shoulder line. But this shape is pretty consistent throughout. Here's Ted Williams. You can see already, you can see the elbow behind him, and we're in probably the shortstop view. We're not even in the pitcher view. And you can really see the lower body lead the movement. So he gets a big inward turn here. That's not necessarily something I'm against, but it's not something that I would teach, is to counter rotate this much. But you do want the elbow to draw back, and you definitely want two eyes on the pitcher. So that's Ted Williams. Let's take a look at some more guys. Here's David Wright. I love this position he's gotten into with his arms and the bat. You see the bat kind of tip forward and the arms are in a really nice spot. And I tell guys all the time to make a 90-degree angle between the forearms and the bat. That way your wrist stays straight and you're in a really nice, strong position to move the barrel of the bat. Again, you can see the front foot's not down yet, and he's really pulled back with this back elbow, and he's in a nice triangle shape. Here's Joey Votto. Again, same thing. You'll see that back elbow even with the shoulder line because he holds his hands at his shoulders. And this is really important for hitting to the opposite field. Obviously, Votto is one of the very best at hitting to all fields. And by pulling the elbow back like this, it gives him that room to create power to the opposite field or to all fields and really connect the energy from the back leg up his body and into the bat. Here's Mike Schmidt. And I consider the start of the swing, the moment the bat moves, is the start of the swing for me. So sometimes you'll see the bat move even before the foot gets down, and sometimes it'll be after the foot gets down. But really the position from where the bat actually moves is the position I'm looking at, and from there, is the elbow back, is the bat up, and do they have a triangle shape in the arms? So here's Mike Schmidt. You see him rock this triangle shape, and triangle shape's maintained all the way right up, right into contact, and then the arms extend. You want to maintain that triangle shape as long as you can. Here's Manny Ramirez, same position. You can't really see the bat here, but the bat's straight up and down, elbow drawn back, and oppo bomb. Here's Ryan Howard, again, one of the best opposite field home run hitters. You see him really rock this triangle shape, really maintained for a long time. And he's able to kind of rock this shape and extend out towards the field he's hitting to rather than just take a left turn. You see his front shoulder kind of come up instead of turn sideways. But this position really sets him up to create power to all fields. Josh Donaldson. Bat up, back elbow up and back, tension between the upper and lower body, front foot, front heel up. So this position really sets us up to use the kinetic chain properly and hit to all fields and create power deep in the zone and get the barrel behind the ball. Here's Miguel Cabrera. This pitch is way inside and he gets to it. So we can see that drawing back like this and creating tension doesn't hinder us from getting to that inside pitch. We're still plenty adjustable to that, even when we hide our hands and draw the elbow back. Adrian Gonzalez. Mike Trout. Now Trout doesn't hold his barrel up like I'd like to see, but the rest of his body is perfect. You know, back elbows drawn back, nice angle at the hips, nice weight distribution. Everything else that I like to see that's consistent with the best hitters before him is there. And he has this really nice bat path that gets behind the ball really early and really keeps the ball off the ground. And here's Gary Sanchez. And this is something you'll see from David Ortiz, Gary Sanchez, several other guys. They kind of pull back into that position late. Kind of as they're falling forward, they'll pull back with the hands and the elbow. And again, back to me means not back towards the umpire, but back. You see the back elbow. You want to draw the back elbow back towards the dugout behind you. That way you really create this tension. You can see the jersey bind up here. So you create this tension and the back leg still leads the hands, even though he's not in a position early on with the elbow drawn back, and that's okay. So he draws back as he's falling forward and as the ball comes, and then back leg pulls him through the swing. If you like this video, subscribe to the channel. Again, this has been Sean Plouffe from Hitterish.com. Catch you next time.